My mic, bro. God dang. Alright, let me bring this down a little bit. Give me 2 seconds, fam. Let's see. Did I even get a YouTube notification for that bullshit? I wonder if niggas get notifications for this shit. No. Alright, I'm on this one. Bro, it's not even on here, bro. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. That's kind of a lit little thing. Alright, we're gonna wait a few minutes before the stream kick in. I'm gonna have to turn my volume down. See what motherfuckers doing. Are they playing? I think they doing. Alright. We good? I think we good. I'm not centered. I don't think I'm centered. I feel like y'all can hear me okay. We got one viewer. Hey, what's up, man? How y'all feeling? How we doing tonight? I just gotta know. We live. We finna go over all this whole this Green Lantern movie idea. We gonna go over that in a little bit. Hold on. Who the heck is calling me? It don't matter. Anyway, this gonna be like a quick stream. I'm gonna be for real with y'all because I'm not gonna lie. I really didn't think too much of it. I just thought like I could go over the idea that I had for the Green Lantern movies. Yes, I said movies. I feel like this would be better trying to stream it than to actually like do a video of it, because it's like a lot of things I gotta go over, if that makes sense. So first things first, this is kind of going off of my video of the James Gunn video, where I said I was gonna talk about a Green Lantern series. Well, James Gunn, I really hope you watching this live stream. If you're not watching a live stream, I hope you're watching this as a video. Bro, who keeps calling me? I'm about to call him back. All right, y'all. So we're finna go over this. We're finna get into it. I don't really care about no damn widgets. Like, hold on. Aye. So when it comes to these Green Lantern movies, they all kind of the same, but they all lead into the Darkest Night storyline. I don't know how we gonna flow into this, but this gonna be good. Hey, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. First things first, we gotta go over one thing. I want John Stewart Green Lantern to be the main Green Lantern in this first movie. By the way, shout out Fever Tree. They're not sponsoring, but I just hit the mic. I got a horrible habit of doing that. This has no alcohol in it, so YouTube do not ban me. Alright, so let's get into this. So when it comes down to this first Green Lantern movie, this is my thought process, right? I'm thinking, number one, what they could do is kind of have what all has been transpiring for the past like 3 to 4 years kind of float into this movie. Now, what do I mean by that? See, my thinking is that if you're gonna have a black superhero, you gotta have some like black representation in this, right? No drug dealing, no hood stuff. Like this gotta be like some like good character development. So this is what I'm thinking. So you start out the movie with John Stewart dealing with some crazy intergalactic stuff that's also has something to do with Earth, but it also has something to do with Oa, but it all has something to do with the main element, which is fear. right? Some huge event that's going to involve fear. Well, apparently, I don't know how this is going to flow, but you have it to where in the process of as John's trying to figure out this whole situation that's going on through this entire universe, Earth and Oa are the two center stages for this whole like fear, like incarnate stuff, like where fear is mostly being directed. In the process of John trying to figure this out, next thing you know, he's over here having flashbacks of when he was getting trained in the Corps, you know, like when he was a Marine and then he ended up became a Green Lantern, you know, all that stuff, right? But you bring in the one thing that, you know, he was on missions with Sinestro and how Sinestro would do things, and then, you know, certain things tend to thrive here and there, and, you know, yeah, I'm really trying to explain this the best way I can because, again, this is going to be all raw, no edits. So if I say any sus shit, I'm really trying not to say any sus shit. I'm going to be real with you. But anyway, so like I said, so basically Oa and Earth are going to be the two main stages for this. And mainly Sinestro is going to be kind of the center point, but John is going to be the main character of this entire thing. So John's over here trying to figure out this whole like things on like these things are happening on Earth. Let me go to the Guardians for it. And then as he's traveling between Earth and Oa, ending up he's getting flashbacks of when he was training with the Corps, when he was with the Marines, when he was dealing with Sinestro, figuring out slowly but surely Sinestro has something to do with this. Next thing you know, they go to a whole like planet, right? And when like John ending up realize the source of this was on this some sort of planet, right? Which I just repeated myself, but I repeat myself in a lot of my videos. So repeating myself on live, I'm gonna be for real with you. I'm not shocked anyway. So as John goes to this random ass planet, he ending up realizes that this planet has a lot of yellow on it. And for those who don't know, yellow, yeah, the color yellow is a weakness of the lanterns. So when it comes to it, not only is John not getting powered up, but ending up he's like, yo, like what the fuck is going on? So not only is yellow a factor, but fear is too. And the more yellow stuff he's seeing, the more of he's getting of his past, and he's all like hold the fuck up. The only person I can remember this bullshit that involves fear and yellow and this and that and that and this is Sinestro. And as soon as he thinks that, he comes to this giant yellow battery that Sinestro's creating, where he's creating this whole yellow ring, and shit goes down from there. Not only do we get a badass fight between Sinestro and John Stewart, but mostly we get a fight that Sinestro ending up wins. And then Sinestro ending up gives John this whole, you know, villain speech talking about like, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and this, and this is gonna happen, and blah, 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 blah. It's crazy, right? So from there, not only do we get John losing, but he gets knocked out. Because again, not only is yellow a weakness of the Green Lanterns, but Sinestro is using that weakness to his advantage and also playing with just John's fears. And not only is he playing with his fears, he gets the upper hand, and then John ending up like knocked out. And then John ending up thinks, oh shit, he is going to Oa. And ending up, he flies all the way to Oa, ending up Sinestro's ending up actually on Earth causing havoc. The Guardians are like, John, where the fuck you were? Where were you? What the fuck's going on? John explains everything to the Guardians, and the Guardians are like, well, we gotta prepare. Next thing you know, we get, you know, John gets an alert saying, hey, yo, this shit's happening on Earth. And then fast forward, John goes to Earth, fights Sinestro, and taps in to that willpower God being that John Stewart is in the comic. He taps into that potential that he has, that, you know, he is like, because like in the comics, John Stewart is a god. He's a willpower god. So if you put that, like just a small portion of that, if you put that in the movie of John tapping into that, just a small portion of him doing that, yo, that's going to be crazy. I promise you. not only does he do that, but in the process of that, he beats Sinestro, and Sinestro ending up does one of two things. Either way, it goes into the second movie, and what Sinestro does is he either gets defeated and the Guardians lock him up, or he gets defeated and he flees with the help of someone, which I think the first part would be a little bit better. I don't really know. Somebody tell me in the chat. But I'm leaning more towards the first part where he gets captured by the Guardians and the Guardians come to Earth and they capture Sinestro, and we ending up have it to where the Sinestro's in captivity. Well, which would ending up like the end of the movie ending up shows like, hey, John Stewart, he's the hero of the movie, but there's other Green Lanterns, like how Jordan shows up out of nowhere, and not only just how Jordan show up out of nowhere, but Guy Gardner shows up out of nowhere, and then ending up it leads to the second movie, right? Because like it'll probably like when they show John Stewart being with Hal Jordan and Guy Gardner, it's ending up gonna be like in the end credits. But also what we get in the end credits is Hal Jordan talking about, you was dealing with Sinestro, I was dealing with some like distress call about a red, and like people with red rings and red power, which leads us to the second movie. Again, I'm giving these content, these like movie ideas for free. Where the fuck is my check if DC actually does that? Like, I'm being for real here. Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie. I wish I took this out the fridge. I wish I didn't let this sit out. It's good, but it's like, room temperature, but with like a hint of cold or something like that. Again, this is non-alcoholic. There's no alcohol. So YouTube, do not ban me and none of that shit. Y'all don't even pay me, bruh. That's crazy. I'm over here. First off, shout out to all 14 of my subscribers. Shout out to all of y'all. Actually, nah, scratch that. Shout out to everybody who be watching my videos, bruh. And if you in the live or if you watching this as a video right now, shout outs to y'all, bruh. I love and support. I love y'all. Like, not like that though, but like, I love y'all. I want to thank y'all because truthfully, if y'all wasn't, just making this channel grow, we would be, whew. But I will say this though, expect a video out Monday. If you're watching this Monday, so expect the video out today. If you're watching this Sunday, expect the video out tomorrow. I don't know when you're watching this. If you happen to be watching this, thank you for watching this, but if whatever. Anyway, man, this is gonna be kind of interesting, trying to get into this whole situation. So, the second movie idea is kind of a little bit interesting. So, with this second movie idea, truthfully, in my opinion, is gonna be a little bit interesting because what the deal is with the second movie is that not only are we bringing in Atrocitus, but we also bringing in like Sinestro's coming back, Atrocitus is coming in, but you also got the Blue Lanterns showing up into the movie. Since you got the Blue Lanterns coming into the movie, yeah, I know you brought in the Yellow Lanterns in the first movie, but you teased the Red Lanterns in the second movie. So what the case is going to be for this one is going to bring in the red, the yellow, and then it's also going to bring in the tease the Black Hand, which is also going to tease the Black Lanterns, which is also going to lead into the third Green Lantern movie, which probably would just be like a whole like Lantern Corps battle, and then which ending up will lead to the fourth movie of the Green Lanterns, which will be the Blackest Night storyline. How, I don't know. How will that all until? I don't know, but again, we'll figure it out. But let's get into the second movie. So the second movie idea that I had was to basically have it to where it picks up from the last one. So not only do we focus on more than just Jon Stewart this time around, but we're gonna focus. This movie is gonna be kind of like a how do I want to put this? A team movie. So only real like kind of like the Avengers, but like more space out in a way, if that makes sense. So basically, this is how it's gonna go. So the movie's gonna first start off with like the Guardians, interrogating, Sinestro about how'd you find out about the yellow, the fear power, the power of the yellow ring, and blah 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 blah. And then Sinestro ending up says something on the lines of, "Well, did you not hear about the power of the red rage or some whatever?" So ending up, Sinestro reveals to the Guardians and Hal Jordan, along with, let's just say Jon Stewart. I really don't know, but we're gonna say Kyle Rayner. We're gonna bring in Kyle Rayner for this one. So Hal Jordan and Kyle Rayner accompany the Guardians when they interrogate Sinestro about how he figured out the power of the yellow lanterns. And then Sinestro ending up says something about, did you not know about the power of the red ring and the power of rage, or something that involves teasing the red lanterns again. And then the Guardians are all like, how the fuck does he know about the Forgotten Zone? How does he know about the red lanterns and blah 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 blah. And then next thing you know, how Jordan and Kyle Rayner are gonna be like, yo, like, what the fuck is Sinestro talking about? Like, I know he not tripping on no meds, but like, what is he talking about? And then, well, basically, this is exactly what happens. The Guardians tell them about the whole Forgotten Zone, everything that involves the Forgotten Zone, and a bunch of other things. And then Hal's all like, wait a second. You sent Jon Stewart and Guy Gardner to that same damn sector. What the fuck? And that's where we kick off the second Green Lantern movie. So in the process of that, basically Jon Stewart, Guy Gardner are investigating this whole like red, these lantern killers, or like these events or stress signals that involve a message that said these people with red power keep coming through and just wrecking havoc, which ending up leads to a couple of things here and there. They encounter one, they fight one, they realize, holy shit, this is, we're getting our ass whooped, and a bunch of other things. So along with that, ending up, one of the Guardians are all like, dang, apparently if this is true about the red lanterns, they don't know it's red lanterns yet, so they saw like the rage users. I think that's a good name to start off with. I don't know, but if they are like, yo, if this is true about the rage users, then we need to consult one of the former Guardians that ending up decided to subjugate himself to one of the base emotions. And then Hal Jordan is all like, what the hell are y'all talking about? And then Kyle Rayner's like, you obviously did not read any files that you were supposed to. And then the Guardians are like, huh, an educated Earthling that's a Green Lantern. That's not Jon Stewart. This is enlightening. And then, excuse me. And then Hal Jordan's like, what the fuck are you talking about? So then ending up, they explain that one of the former Guardians tried implementing one Guardian, like each Guardian tried before they created the Green Lantern Corps, was trying to figure out emotion, have, their powers, emotions, and, a bunch of other things, right? So not only were they trying to figure out like what to do with their powers and emotions, they were also trying to figure out what emotion was strong suit for certain things. So that's when they create the Manhunters, which create the Forgotten Zone, ending up create the red rage users. And then next thing you know, they realize, well, out of all the emotions, willpower would be the strongest. And then next thing you know, one of them's all like, no, this emotion would be the strongest. And another one was like, no, this is the strongest, which just created chaos throughout all the Guardians. And next thing you know, they're all like, no, what? Here's the thing. You go do what you want, and you go do what you want, and the rest of us that agree on the willpower is the best, we're going to use willpower. So one of the Guardians decided to use hope, which is the blue lanterns. Another one decided to, well, have something to do with fucking time. Another one created the gold lanterns, which is, well, not the gold lanterns, but the gold lantern, which is technically the first ever lantern. And then another one, I think, and then the rest of them created a test ring, so a beta ring, which is called the Phantom Lantern. I think that's right. Let me look this up real quick. I think it's called the Phantom Lantern, or the Phantom Ring. But yeah, the Phantom Ring. So ending up, they realized, no what? But ending up, they realized, no what? All those were like the gold and the Phantom Ring were like, yeah, these aren't going to be our best ones. So what we're going to do is ending up create one that's actually used one of our emotions that we wanted, which is willpower, which ending up used the green construct, the green energy. Ending up, they explain all the history of the Green Lanterns and blah 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 blah. Ending up in the process that John Stewart and Guy Gardner are getting their ass whooped by a bunch of Red Lanterns. Ending up somehow contacting Guardians. They're like, yo, these like red rage users that Sinestro was talking about. Yeah, apparently they call themselves Red Lanterns. And then next thing you know, the Guardians sent Hal Jordan and Kyle Rayner to find the Blue Lanterns. Well, in the process of the Blue Lanterns, there was Red Lanterns sneaking on Oa to ending up get Sinestro out of captivity, because Atrocitus and Sinestro struck a deal long while back that, well, they were going to help each other out and destroy the Guardians if ever time came by. And when Sinestro created the yellow light, which ending up capture Parallax, and that wave went up through the entire galaxy, universe, or whatever. Next thing you know, well, not only did Sinestro gain the Yellow Lantern, Atrocitus realized, oh, Sinestro finally did it. Now it's my turn. Now I know he's gonna get captured, so let me so let's start this team up that we have. So while Hal Jordan and Kyle Rayner are fighting the Blue Lantern, ending up John Stewart and Guy Gardner are getting their ass whooped by the Red Lanterns, who also beat the rest of the Green Lanterns and a couple of Guardians to gain Sinestro to get on their side, which ending up they flew back to wherever the fuck they flew to the Forgotten Zone. John Stewart and Guy Gardner got captured, and then next thing you know, Hal Jordan and Kyle Rayner find the Blue Lanterns. Well, ending up with being just in the vicinity of the Blue Lanterns, they ending up getting a power boost, and which for all the who knows, hope and willpower just boost each other's stats. Why? Don't understand. Don't ask me. So, with that being said, today is brought to you by Fever Dream. I'm joking. I wish they'd sponsor me. So once we get fully into like the whole Sinestro ending up comes back, Atrocitus explained his master plan. John Stewart's trying to Guy Gardner's over here like, John, access that little green boost you had when you defeated Sinestro the first time. And then John's like, I don't know how to activate it. Shut your ass up before we ending up get killed quicker than we, can get our plan to fucking work. Next thing you know, the Blue Lanterns come in, crash the fucking show. But in the process of that, Sinestro ending up said something about we need to find the Black Hand. The book, well, I think it's the book of the Black Hand. I can't remember none of this shit, man. But yeah, anyway, they basically, so Sinestro's over here talking to Atrocitus like, we need to find the Black Hand, and like ending up, which leads to like which ending up Sinestro's all like, if we find the Black Hand, we'll ending up getting more power. And Atrocitus all like, we need revenge. We will find the Black Hand later. We need to take revenge on the Guardians. And ending up that kind of foiled their plans, because not only did Sinestro, not what was it? Not only did they argue, it's just ending up creating a cool fight that shows between fear and rage, especially the two powerhouses that Sinestro and Atrocitus are. Especially with the fact that both of them can do what they can do with each of their own rings, you know, with fear being Sinestro and rage being Atrocitus, and both of them are the embodiment of, you know, their own cores. Basically what happens in the process of that, Blue Lanterns with Kyle Rayner and Hal Jordan come crashing the party. They start fighting, ending up we get this cool fight scene, ending up Hal Jordan submits to his rage, and it just submits to his rage because apparently Atrocitus threatens Hal with something, ending up Hal Jordan becomes a Red Lantern. Next thing you know, not only Hal Jordan becomes a Red Lantern, but since Kyle Rayner's rage is so fucking great, he ending up becomes a Red Lantern. And then not only that, but ending up since Hal Jordan's rage is causing a lot of fear, he ending up becomes a Yellow Lantern. And not only does he become a Yellow Lantern, he becomes a Red, Yellow, and Green Lantern. But he's swapping between red and yellow, and he basically kind of looks like a fusion lantern. Well, Guy Gardner's a Red Lantern, Kyle Rayner's over here a blue, ending up he's like trying to like keep hope alive, so he becomes a Blue Lantern. So there's a Kyle Rayner's a Blue Lantern, Guy Gardner's a Red Lantern, Hal Jordan's is a Yellow Lantern, and John Stewart's the only Green Lantern left in this fight. So in the process of all this, somehow John Stewart activates his willpower God mode again, and then not only does he defeat basically everybody, but he's over here having a stalemate fight between him and Hal Jordan, who has 3 fucking rings on him at that moment, which is will, rage, and fear. And in that process of this badass fight, Hal ending up somehow slips a sneak attack, or a sneaky little, not a sneak attack, but like when I say sneak attack, he sneaks a dirty attack onto John, which secretly knocks him out of his willpower God form. And in that process, because, well, again, it's 3 lantern powers against a God mode, Hal ending up so like, yo, I just struck my friend, and ending up somehow a Blue Lantern ring comes onto him, and ending up takes away the fear and the rage. Well, Guy Gardner's still fighting, and he's still a Red Lantern, and Kyle Rayner ending up somehow gains the Red Lantern ring that Hal had, along with the Yellow Lantern ring, because if you realize it, I'm teasing something here. So in the process of all this happening, not only is Hal Jordan, well, out of commission at that point, Kyle Rayner is now the host of 4 different rings. Guy Gardner is a Red Lantern, and he ending up takes off with Atrocitus, who basically runs off like a little bitch. And then Sinestro, well, he got his ass whooped again, so at this point, it's no use. So, which ending up leads to the 3rd and final movie that leads into the whole Blackest Night storyline. Now this one's going to be a problem. So apparently, since Guy Gardner is now a Red Lantern, Hal Jordan is, well, out of commission because he had a lantern overload. And not only that, but in the end credits of the 2nd movie, they teased the Orange Lanterns and also the Black Hand as well, but they mostly teased the Orange Lanterns. I am burping a lot right now. But not only did they tease the Orange Lanterns, the Black Hand, but there was a pink light that was in the distance of the stars that they teased in the end credits of the 2nd movie. Now, Green Lantern. I'm just gonna say Lantern Wars because I think this be a crazy ass movie, right? So, with Lantern Wars, like I said, Guy Gardner is a Red Lantern. Kyle Rayner somehow has access to all 4 different lantern rings that basically everybody knows of as of now, other than basically every single other one, which is the pink, indigo, orange, white, black, and I think there's another one, ultraviolet, phantom, gold. It's like there's a lot of fucking lanterns. But anyway, so when we get into this is the main thing that we're about to go over. Kyle Rayner still has possession of all the rings, which is fear, hope, will, rage. He still has possession of them. They won't leave him, and one's now overtaking the other. And the Guardians are questioning this, like, how is this even fucking possible? Not only that, but how is that a commission? Like I said, John's still trying to tap into this willpower god mode that he has. And, well, Guy Gardner, he's a Red Lantern. Sinestro's building his army of yellow lanterns. And then there's these lights that keep flickering off in the distance in the stars. There's an orange one in one direction. There's a pink in another one. A yellow, indigo in another one. And then there's a blue. There's there's a green obviously in the center. But then there's a red, and it's just like all over. They just keep flashing over and over. And apparently within this, John Stewart and Kyle Rayner had to venture off to each of those, except for the red one, and figure out each single lantern. So in the process of this, they ending up deciding we would cover more ground if we split up. Well, in the process of this, Sinestro's trying to find the Black Hand. And not only is Sinestro finding the Black Hand, but Atrocitus is trying to find the Orange Lanterns. And then also the process of this, the Pink Lanterns, well, they think love is going to conquer everything, so they just started using love to conquer everything. So, what does that mean about the Purple Lanterns? Well, they're just, trying to have compassion and just leave everybody alone because they don't want to be bothered at this point, which leads to their downfall because that's where their sector becomes the battlefield of the entire Lantern Wars. So, each lanterns go to each sector, and each sector becomes, well, hell in a cell. So basically this is exactly what happens. So Kyle Rayner goes adventures to find the Blue Lanterns and get help with trying to figure out how to control these rings. Sinestro's trying to find the Black Hand, which ending up he doesn't know much about, but he knows it's somewhere in space, which ending up leads him to find himself in the same sector as the Indigo Lanterns, which we're going to get to in a second because that's the last part of the movie, which ending up leads into the whole Lantern War fight, which ending up leads into the Blackest Hand storyline. Well, not only that, but apparently Atrocitus is finding the Orange Lantern. And the Orange Lantern, Larfleeze, I think that's his name. He ending up is fighting Atrocitus, holding his own. And ending up basically Larfleeze ending up makes Atrocitus surrender. Like, it is going to be the most badass fight we will see in probably all of, well, DC. Not only that, but we ending up having to where that not only does Larfleeze ending up like, he's like, hey, Atrocitus, come back. You took something of mine, which ending up brings Larfleeze into the fold. It also has it to where we learn about the Pink Lanterns, the Love Lanterns, which ending up, let's just say John Stewart encounters. And John Stewart in that process, ended up he's all like, yo, like, what's up with y'all? I'm gonna need y'all to like help explain yourselves and a bunch of other things, right? The Pink Lanterns explain themselves, explains, their history. Ending up, he's all like, yo, like, there is a war coming and we need y'all's help. And then they basically say war is something we do not fight. We fight for love and love only. If love brings us to this war, then love will win this war. And then John's all like, okay, yeah, y'all not gonna help. So thank you and fuck you. Next thing you know, after that, apparently they would love to join the fight to beat John's ass, because what is the center point of this entire fight? Everybody wants a piece of the Green Lanterns. So not only does Sinestro ending up travel to Earth to find the Black Hand, but now apparently Guy Gardner has beef with Sinestro because ending up he's on Earth and he don't like Sinestro in the first place, even though he's a Red Lantern. So ending up we get this fight between Sinestro and Red Lantern Guy Gardner, which ending up happens to invoke the Black Hand. He becomes himself, he becomes the Black Hand, becomes the Black Lantern leader, which ending up leads to the Blackest Night storyline, which we'll get to in a minute. So ending up, Atrocitus brings in the Orange Lanterns, who Atrocitus is ending up trying to find the Indigo Lanterns. Well, John Stewart ending up said fuck you to the Pink Lanterns and decided to go just figure out where the rest of them are going, which ending up was the Last Light, which was the Indigo Light. Kyle Rayner is ending up with the Blue Lanterns, and the Blue Lanterns are ending up following Kyle Rayner to ending up to the Indigo Light, ending up trying to understand how he's gonna deal with the 4 rings that he got. Yeah, that's right, he 4 rings. LeBron and Steph ain't the only one with 4 rings. So with that being said, in the process of that, Atrocitus, Larfleeze, the Red Lanterns, Sinestro, God, and oh my goodness, basically every single lantern that's not the Black or the White Lanterns or the Phantom Lantern or the Gold Lantern basically come in one sector to investigate the Indigo Light and just start brawling. Like everybody is fighting. It gets to a point to where everybody's getting rings that everybody just ending up starts getting. Man, John ending up starts getting, I don't know what, he gets ending up a second power up ring, and then Hal Jordan ending up comes back ending up he gets a blue, he gains his Green Lantern ring, and he ending up activates his I can't remember what ability Hal has, but he ending up can manipulate willpower, and the fact that he can do whatever the fuck with willpower is beyond me. But he starts manipulating willpower like it's nothing. Not only that, but Atrocitus is bringing in the whole Red Lantern Corps. Sinestro's bringing in the whole Yellow Lantern Corps. Guy Gardner becomes a Green Lantern again. So, Kyle Rayner, he ending up gains another Lantern ring, which brings in the Indigo Tribe, the Indigo Lanterns. He also gains a Orange Lantern. He gains a yellow. He gets basically all the rings. And then not only that, but in the process of that, when Kyle Rayner gains all the rings, red, yellow, blue, green, orange, indigo, and pink, because the Pink Lanterns ending up came in last minute talking about, hey, we're here to fuck y'all up because y'all doing in the name of love, y'all are fucking shit up for the wrong reasons. And then the Indigo Tribe came in talking about, all right, we got no compassion for y'all because the Indigo Lanterns have compassion. Ending up, they said, we got no compassion for y'all fucking up our sector like this, so we're here to beat y'all's asses. And then Kyle Rayner ending up gains all the Lantern rings and ending up just teleports somewhere. We don't know where, but will lead to the Blackest Night storyline. Which, for those who know the Blackest Night storyline, I'm not going to go over because I'm going to be honest, it's like 30 minutes. I'm tired, and yeah. So ending up in the process of that, Kyle Rayner just disappears out of nowhere, which I think we might make a whole nother live stream for this one. So yeah, I don't know. We'll decide that. But Kyle Rayner disappears. Not only does Kyle Rayner disappear, but the Red Lanterns get defeated. The Yellow Lanterns get defeated. The Pink Lanterns ending up surrender. The Blue Lanterns and the Green Lanterns ending up teaming up this entire fight. So technically, there's that. And not only that, but Larfleeze. So he's like, as long as y'all don't touch my shiny and y'all don't touch my things, I'll leave. And, nobody fucks with Larfleeze after that. But yeah, that's really the 3 movies that lead into the Blackest Night storyline. Granted, I know that was kind of like a bunch of bullshit, and I'm pretty sure none of it was comic book accurate. But since, I don't think all not every movie is comic book accurate when it comes to comic books anyway, so why not just have a little bit of fun? And I really feel like if James Gunn wants to do something good for DC, that third movie, Green Lantern or Lantern Wars, I think that would be a good movie to bring in every single Lantern Corps that's not gold, the Phantom, or white or black. I think that would be a good movie to bring in all the pink, the green,